All right, today we're going to crack open one of Bitcoin's most powerful but honestly, most misunderstood ideas, non-custodial ownership. Now, I know it sounds super technical, but just stick with me here because this is the absolute core of what it means to unlock real financial freedom. So let's just start with a really big question. What does it actually mean to own your money? I mean, to truly own it, where you don't need anyone's permission to use it, to move it, or to just hold it. That's the whole idea we're digging into today. And here's our game plan. First, we'll cover what be your own bank even means. Then, we'll dive into how the keys to your money actually work. We'll look at the big trade-off, control versus convenience, talk about the heavy responsibilities that come with this power, and wrap it all up by exploring what it really means to choose financial freedom.
Okay, first up, be your own bank. Let's just push all the technical jargon aside for a second. We're going to get right to the heart of what non-custodial really means. And trust me, it's way simpler and a whole lot more powerful than you might think.
Here it is, the most important point. Non-custodial just means that you and only you have complete, total control over your Bitcoin. There's no third party, no exchange, no company holding it for you. If you only remember one thing from this whole section, make it this: you are your own bank.
And this is the perfect way to picture it. Think about it like owning actual, physical gold bars. A custodial service? That's like keeping your gold locked away in a bank's vault. Sure, it's yours, but they're holding it. The non-custodial way? Well, that's keeping those same gold bars in your own safe, right in your own home, where only you know the combination. See the difference?
Okay, so we've got the what down, now for the how. This section is all about the mechanics, how you actually hold your own keys and take control of your Bitcoin. And I promise, it's not as scary or complicated as it sounds.
You're going to hear this phrase a lot in the Bitcoin world, and for good reason. It is the single most important rule. Not your keys, not your coins. It's this powerful constant reminder that if you let someone else hold your keys, you're not really holding your Bitcoin. You're just trusting them to give it back when you ask. To really nail this down, let's use a super simple analogy. Just imagine your Bitcoin wallet is like a giant post office building, and it's filled with thousands and thousands of secure P.O. boxes. This little story is going to make everything click. And this breaks it down perfectly. So, step 1, the seed phrase. Think of this as the master key to the entire post office building. It's the most critical piece of the whole puzzle. Then, you've got the public address. That's basically just a P.O. box number that you can give to anyone so they can send you Bitcoin. And finally, the private key. That's the specific little key that opens just one of those boxes, letting you get to what's inside and spend it.
All right, so this all leads us to a really fundamental choice. And this isn't just about picking a piece of software, it's more like a philosophical fork in the road. How you answer this question, custodial or non-custodial, really defines your entire relationship with your money. So let's break this down, side by side. On the non-custodial side, you've got 100% control, you hold your own keys, and your access is instant. Yeah, the security is all on you, but there's zero counterparty risk. Now flip that. With custodial services, someone else holds your funds and your keys. You're basically just trusting their security, which leads to high counterparty risk. We've all seen the headlines, right? Exchanges getting hacked, companies failing overnight and freezing billions of dollars. It really all boils down to that one question: control or convenience?
And that brings us to a very, very serious point. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The freedom of being your own bank, well, it's a double-edged sword, because with that great power comes an equal amount of great responsibility. There's no 1-800 number to call if you mess up.
So, what are you actually up against? Well, the biggest one is phishing. Scams trying to trick you into giving away your seed phrase. So let me be crystal clear about this. No legitimate wallet company will ever, under any circumstances, ask you for your seed phrase. Ever. Besides that, you've got to watch out for malware on your computer. And of course, simple physical risks like a fire, a flood, or someone stealing your paper backup. And this is the most critical thing you need to hear. If you lose your seed phrase, you lose your Bitcoin. And it's not like you can get it back. It is gone. Forever. There is no forgot my password button here. This is what it really means to be in charge.
Okay, we've gone through the what, the how, and the serious risks. And that brings us to the final and, frankly, the most exciting part. After hearing about all that responsibility, you might be asking yourself, why would I even bother? Well, this is why. Let's talk about the incredible freedom that you gain by becoming your own bank.
The benefits really rest on these 3 pillars. First, sovereignty.
Unlike the money in your bank account, no one, no company, no government can freeze, censor, or take your Bitcoin without your keys. You have the final say, period. Second, security. By holding your own keys, you take your money out of those giant honeypots that exchanges become for hackers. And third, privacy. Most non-custodial wallets don't force you to hand over your entire life story just to use them.
Now, this is probably the #1 fear that everyone has when they're starting out. And it's a totally fair question. What happens if my phone gets stolen or my laptop dies? Is all my money just gone?
And the answer to that question is where the real magic of the seed phrase comes in. The device you use, it's completely disposable. It doesn't matter. As long as you have that 12 or 24-word seed phrase written down and kept safe, your Bitcoin is perfectly fine. You can just grab a brand new phone, download a wallet, type in your phrase, and boom, your entire wallet is right there, good as new.
And so we end right back where we started, but now you get it. You see the whole picture. This choice, it isn't just a technical one. It's a choice about trust, it's a choice about control, and ultimately, it's a choice about freedom. So the only question left to ask is, who are you going to trust to hold your keys? Someone else or yourself?